Everybody. My name is Alex Brower, and I am the Information Services Director here at the Mississippi Library Commission. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our large print extended loan program. So the first step, I think, is to explain what the large print extended loan program is. And this allows for public libraries and institutions who are registered with our Talking Book Services to borrow our older large print titles for 6 months at a time. And there are several reasons, that we have this program. Large print is more expensive than standard print. Um, it takes up a lot of space, and the people who read large print usually read it really fast. And so they go through your holdings at your library, and then, it's too expensive for you to just keep buying new titles all the time. So this allows for a rotating collection of titles. Your patrons have, access to a much larger collection. There's always something new, and it just really allows, your large print patrons to have more options. Or people who usually read standard print. It just allows you to bulk up your collection. Um, and how it works is you log in to our catalog, which I'm going to show you, what that looks like, where to put in your information. You will have a specific username and password for your large print extended loan account. You'll use this account to place holds on the titles that you would like to borrow. We run a holds list every day. And so we pull those books from the shelf, we check them out to your large print extended loan account, and then we send them out through the mail directly to your library. We use reusable black mailing bags, and they mail for free through the Free Matter for Persons Who Are Blind or Visually Impaired United States Postal Service program. So they mail to you and they mail back for free. And then when you receive your books, you just add them to your collection. You can add temporary records. Just make sure they're not the kind that delete, the first time you check them in. We ask that you don't put anything permanent on them. So, don't write on them with permanent markers. Don't put any stickers on there that will leave a lot of residue. But the system for, how you actually incorporate them into your collection is up to your library. And again, once you're done at the end of 6 months, you can go ahead and send it back. I also wanted to talk about which books qualify for the program. So this is only our older large print books. Our large print titles stay new longer at MLC than they might at a public library. Right now, it's approximately 6 months that they are in our new collection. That fluctuates a little bit. We try to move them every quarter, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, or a lot of them are checked out, or any amount of things happen, but generally they stay new for about 6 months. They stay new longer to allow, our large print direct patrons, who I'm going to talk more about later, a chance to use the large print books before they're gone for 6 months. Also to let, other libraries check them out, let our patrons check them out, before, again, they're gone for 6 months, because 6 months is a really long time to wait for a book. But there is a way to narrow it down to only books that qualify for the program. And I have the instructions listed out here. So you go to our catalog, you search for, whatever author, title, subject you're looking for. Then there's a material type drop down on the left side of the screen, and I'll show you all that in just a few minutes. But you make sure that you click large print. So you'll see that large print up here and then large print and new title down here are separate things. So our new large print doesn't qualify for the program. So by clicking large print right here, it only shows you stuff that qualifies. Okay, so there are also a couple of ways to place holds, and this I'm actually going to go in and show you in the catalog. So let me stop sharing my screen. So you remember I talked about having your login information. So once you're on our catalog, you'll just go up here to the top right where it says please log in. And as you can see, I have a very professional fake LP account that I'm going to use to log in. Um, your large print extended loan is going to have like 4 digits or maybe your name. It's not going to be a traditional library card number. And then you'll also put in your password and you hit submit. And so I'm just going to do a search for France. And we're going to go over here. This material type drop down that I was talking about earlier is over here. But before I click on that, I just want to say you can see all the stuff in our catalog, even with your large print extended loan account. Just because you see it doesn't mean that you can actually place a hold on it. We actually fixed our settings on our catalog the other day where like you see this is just a book. It's not a large print. You can see this Flame in the Night is a large print. So if we click into the record for this book, you can still see the request this item button. But if you click on it and then you go down here and you try to actually place the hold, it won't let you. So you can only actually place hold on large print material, which I think is really good. I think it'll, cut down on a lot of confusion that just because you can see it doesn't mean that it's qualified for the program. But to, cut down, this is a lot. We have 1,000 results. That's a lot of stuff to sift through for large prints. So we're going to go down to this material type drop down menu that I talked about earlier. And again, you have your large print up here and then large print new title, which is separate. So we're going to click large print and look at that. It's so much better. So to actually place a hold, like I said, there are a couple different ways that you can do that. You can click here on this finger. You can see if you saw real fast, it pops up request this item. And then it takes you to this page on the catalog where you can fill in, like if you don't need it before a certain date, you can enter that information here. If you want to cancel, if not filled by, a certain date, you can put that date here. Like I said, we pull the holds every day. Depending on, like one day we had somebody who placed like 400 requests for large print books, which is a lot. So those take a little longer for us to like pull and process. But we usually have them done the same day. Again, if you ask like for 400 books, I could see that being a 2 or 3 day process. So even if we don't find it, even if we don't find the book, we will usually go in and mark it lost, so it'll take it off your holds list anyway. You aren't going to have books just sitting there for like months and months at a time. If we can't find it within a few days, we just go ahead and mark it missing. So you're not just waiting around. You can, look for something else. So in theory, I'm not going to mess with these. But you just go down. You don't have to check this box or anything. You just click place hold, and there you go. It is on hold for you. They do stay on your holds list for a year. So if for some reason we just like missed a hold every day for a year, you would still in theory, have time to get it. I don't know. I don't know that that has ever happened, but anyway, it's a piece of information that you have now. So the other way, you can't see a whole lot of information about what these books are actually about from this main page. You can see the title, you can see the author, the publisher, the date that it came out, all this good stuff. But you can also click into the record to this details page and read the notes. Most of them have a little blurb about what it's about. They have the subjects listed if you would just want to make sure, like you have a very persnickety patron or you have a certain population in mind and you want a certain flavor of book, this is how you would figure that out. And you can go down here to where it says request this item. And again, it takes us back to this holds page. Again, you can mess with the not needed before date or the cancel if not filled by dates if you just want to. But then you're going to click place hold, and there you go. you have it on your holds list. So in theory, John usually pulls the holds in the morning. So tomorrow, or it's a Friday today for when I'm recording this. So on Monday, he would go in, see what holds are available, pull them, mail them to me. I would get them, put them in my catalog, and check them out. If you want to see what's on your holds list, like what you're waiting for, you go up here to the Your Account little drop down menu. You click items on hold and look at this. Oh, it's a beautiful little list of everything. Well, the two things that I, placed on hold earlier. So this will tell you, oh, it also tells you your place in the queue. So that's cool. If you put a hold on a book that has a couple of holds on it, it'll tell you, when it comes back and you'll move up the queue. So that's good. If you wanted to cancel your holds, like if you accidentally place some books on hold, this is where you would come and do that. You can also suspend your holds. If you want to see like which books you have checked out, so your 6 months is up. We do send a receipt with all the titles that you've checked out with your books, but maybe you've lost your receipt, you want to know what needs to go back. You just click back under that Your Account drop-down menu and you go to Items Out. And I don't actually have anything checked out, but it would look, just like the holds list over here, and you would be able to see what all you had checked out. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to cancel those holds. So John, I think he knows not to pull anything for the fake LP account, but I'm just going to, take it off there just in case other people have a hold on it. They can move up that queue. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the large print extended loan. Again, you would just add them into your catalog, use them for 6 months, and then send them right back. I also wanted to talk about, and I'm going to stop sharing. I also wanted to talk about I know I've been talking about like your large print extended loan accounts. And borrowing specifically, large print extended loans. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about how to borrow other kinds of stuff. So if you want our new large print, you can borrow them through ILL, like you can request them through Beehive. You can also place holds using your LibPub account. That's just your public library account. And that is going to be separate from large print extended loan because, they only have the 6-week checkout and not the 6 months. But the process works the same for these, where you would be able to go in and place the holds on what you wanted to borrow. We would pull it and mail it to your library. We do have a limit of 20, and that is to give our large print patrons and more libraries the chance to use our new material. And I'm going to talk more about that in just a second, the large print direct people. If you want to check out kits, they will usually be checked out to that LibPub account. You contact Charlie Simpkins. He is the kit keeper, and he knows who we have and where it is and how long it's going to be gone and all that good stuff. And then if you want to borrow our standard print materials, again, you can either borrow it through ILL or you can place holds on it using your LibPub account. So this doesn't mail for free. You would have to pay for, return shipping. It works basically like a more direct ILL. But you can do all that stuff, using our catalog and these different accounts. So I wanted to talk about another new thing that we have done that kind of ties into the amount of new large prints that you can get, which is 20. It's limited to 20 again, to give more people a chance to access it. So we have a program through TBS called Large Print Direct. And Large Print Direct, it's pretty much what it sounds like. We deliver large print books directly to patrons who are signed up for our TBS program. Large Print Direct patrons receive a paper catalog of our new books every month. And what has been happening is, people with access to our catalog have been paying really, really good attention to when we get new large print titles added, and they have been immediately reserving them and checking them out. So by the time that the Large Print Direct patrons receive their catalog, which there's not a huge, time gap between when the books get entered in the catalog and when they get the physical catalog, but the books that are in each month's catalog are checked out, and so they don't get access to them. Um, and so we've had more and more large print direct patrons signing up for the service. There's been a little bit of grumbling, which is, totally understandable. So to kind of check this and to provide, those large print direct patrons with the books that they're actually seeing in their catalog, um, the books that are featured in the physical large print direct catalog will be placed in a certain location. It's going to be called the LPD priority location. Um, when they're in that location, which should only be a month, it will only be the books featured for a certain month. As soon as a new catalog comes out, the books in the previous LPD catalog will be released to just regular new large print, and they could be checked out by public library accounts. And yeah, so there should only be like a 1 month gap between the time that we put new books in the catalog and the time when public libraries can check them out and use them. So there will only be about a 1 month gap between the time that books hit our online catalog, our Verso catalog, and the time that they are available for public libraries to check out. As soon as the new month's catalog comes out, the books featured in the previous catalog will be released. This doesn't mean that you can't place holds on these new titles. You can place holds on them. They just won't be checked out until, again, they're in that large print new location and not large print direct priority location. So again, we're just trying to help out our large print direct patrons, give them a fighting chance before those books, immediately go out to public libraries. So I also wanted to talk about, I know I've talked about the LibPub, the LPEXT, and the other stuff. I want to just show you our acronyms, show you what you can borrow, just to give you a little rundown, because I find myself using, this jargon a lot without having, people who aren't here and who aren't me and who don't work with these every day don't always know what they mean, which is totally fair. If you just say LibPub or LPEXT, like nobody knows what that means. So when I say LibPub, or if you are logged into our catalog and you see that your account type is LibPub, that's just a public library. And you can borrow all of our material types for 6 weeks and you can check out kits. For LPEXT, if you see that, on your account type, it's large print extended loan. And again, those are public libraries. Those are institutions like a correctional facility or maybe a school library who has signed up through TBS as an institution. They can also use our large print extended loan, and you only get our older large print titles for 6 months. If you see a LibInst, or if you hear me talking about institutional accounts, that's just an institution's library, like again, a correctional facility, a museum. So they can sign up, through us for an institution account and through TBS through an institution account. And it kind of works like the public library account where you can borrow our materials. You can, again, create a large print extended loan account and do that. They can also borrow our kits. So we have, a lot of school libraries and museums and other things that have, libraries or do outreach, and they borrow our kits too. And then we also have our GenPub, which is the general public and individuals. And there are different flavors of this one. So, we have state and public library employees. I'm sure you've heard me say that they can, sign up remotely without coming in. You just email us in your application and we send you your cards and we send you your account information. And then we also can mail you materials. So, as a public library employee, why you wouldn't use interlibrary loan to borrow our stuff, I'm not sure. But if you want to just place a hold on a material, we can mail it to your library. And you would just have to pay to mail it back. Again, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just do ILL, but it's a thing we can do. For state employees, we can mail material directly to your offices through hand mail. We really don't do that with like interlibrary loan materials. We're fine, potentially losing our stuff in the mail, but we're less okay with losing somebody else's stuff. If you aren't a state employee and you aren't a public library employee, you do get to visit us at our location between the hours of 8 and 5 every weekday except state holidays. Please, bring in your local library card, bring your ID to sign up for an account. And these flavors of just individual accounts, they can borrow our materials. You also get access to our databases. So unless you are like a person, like an individual, you don't have access directly to our databases. So if an institution has an account, that account doesn't get database access. It does get access to all our materials, but you would have to have an individual account to use our online resources like Heritage Quest and all that good stuff. And so I just wanted to give a little rundown of how that worked. And if you hear me say certain things, or if you hear staff say certain things, or if you call and this is what we say, we don't catch ourselves and we start using jargon, this is what it means. This is what you can borrow. And what if you don't know your account information? Which happens all the time. People leave, there's turnover, maybe you forgot to write down your password, maybe there's too many of those little circles and in the password box and you don't remember what it says. You can call me. I have my email listed first, hilariously. Please don't call my email, please call my phone number, which is 432-4117. We can't see your password, but what we can do is reset it for you. So again, on our end, it's just the little circles. We can guess, you and I, we can maybe throw some potentials out for how many circles are there. It's 5 letters. What do you like this 5 letters? Who knows? Or I could just reset it. You can also call the reference desk, and I have put their phone number, their email. You can text us, you can call us using our Google Voice number, which is this 208-0868 number. And you can chat with us. We have that staffed, during the day. We are real people, we aren't robots, so sometimes it takes us a second to like get back and respond and type in and look for your information and all that good stuff. So if you don't know your account information, let us know. We will get you set up. And that is all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that, you guys really start using our large print extended loan and our program, and your patrons get access to way more books. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me, you can call me, and that's it. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.